Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Shae Russell and I am the executive producer for mining.com.au, and that basically means I get to tell fun mining stories for a living. Nobody should have as much fun as I do. Now, we are absolutely having the lightning round. I know the gentleman who introduced me encouraged you to ask questions. Please do, but not for the next 30 minutes. I am on a strict deadline to get everybody out of this room by 5:30 or Kerry will never have me back. And I've got a lot of friends in this room, so I want to make sure I come back. We are kicking off today with a gentleman I'll call to the stage in a sec. First and foremost, players, this is the speed dating round of mining stories. You've got 5 minutes to pitch your story to this audience. Why is it exciting? What's happening next? What can we look forward to? You have an aggressive timer down here that is counting you down. And I'll let you guys know, if these guys run over time, we're going to do it Emmy style and we're going to turn that music up to run them off the stage. First and foremost, to run this speed dating mining gauntlet will be James Gurry of Navarre Minerals. James, welcome to the stage.
Great, thanks Shae. I'm going to present a bit of pent-up value today, given our shares are not yet trading and the gold price has been doing well. So, yeah. How do we move the... Does this count in a minutes?
No, we'll give him an extra minute. I didn't even think about that. There you go.
Great, thanks. All right, just a disclaimer there, past indications, past performance, no indication of future performance. But basically, Navarre Minerals is returning to Victoria as a gold exploration company. We've had a little bit of time on the sidelines, but I'm very pleased to present the company today. So what have we got at Navarre? At Navarre, we've got 5 advanced exploration projects all across Victoria, from Bendigo to Ballarat to Stawell and in between. What have we got in those projects? Most significantly, we have over 700,000 ounces of resource potential, and that's been defined at our Irvine project. 304,000 ounces of JORC resource, plus on top of that, 280 to 420,000 ounces of exploration target. That's our largest and most defined and most advanced project. Our most significant project after that is the Tandara Gold Project in the Bendigo zone, and that's in a joint venture with Catalyst Metals, and we've already been drilling that this year. What else do we have behind the projects and backing the projects? Now the company has a clean balance sheet and a completely new team, completely new board of directors and a complete new executives to bring this back to the market. We've also got a new exploration plan that we've just devised to cover us for the next 12 to 18 months of continuous drilling. So what do you get all that for? We're about to launch the second stage of our recapitalisation plan, and we're bringing it back to our existing shareholders, but also to new investors. Navarre used to trade back in 2021 at 100 mil market cap on these assets alone. So we're bringing back, and we've secured the company and bringing it back to the market at a very low valuation, at EV of less than $5 million. So that's the key summary of what we've got at Navarre. A quick look at our resource. Come and have a chat to Richard and I over at the booth if you want to go through it in detail. But here's the detail of our resource, and this was defined at the end of 2021. This is our key prospect here at Resolution. And what you can see through here is that there's over 10 hits of 20 gram per metre tonne, 20 gram per metre drilling hits. And that's what we really want to follow up on over the next 12 months, is to get into those high-grade zones, go a little bit deeper, and also increase the certainty that we have around the resource. This here is the exploration plan that we've devised for the next 12 to 18 months, and that's obviously dependent on the amount of capital that we raise next month. Here, what you really want to take away is that our key focus is going to be on the Irvine project, which investors are giving us money for, but also Tandara in Bendigo, which is our second most valuable project, and it's an excellent project that we really want to advance. We've got other projects throughout the state, and as you can see here, we do have plans to advance those to ensure that we continue to maintain the whole portfolio. Timeline, What you want to take away from here is that we'll be raising our money in September, have the shares trading again in October, and we'll be drilling in November. And as I said, we'll have a continuous drill program for the next 12 to 18 months. So who's behind this? You've got myself from a finance and banking background, analysing large mining companies all over the years. Got Richard Taylor bringing in his CEO experience from small mining companies. On the geological side, we've got Angela Lorrigan. She's just joined the board after working with Sunday Creek and Southern Cross Gold for the last 3 years. It's excellent to have her join the board after her illustrious career in Tasmania, but also the last 3 years, as I said, working on the Victorian projects over there at Sunday Creek. Our exploration plan has been devised by the guys at Core Prospecting and Kenny Bush. And that's excellent. They've reviewed the whole portfolio, made sure it's all in good condition, got our drilling quotes ready, and we've just appointed Peter De Vries as our on-ground exploration manager. He's both a geologist and an engineer, so that as we're ready, he can also advance these projects towards development. So quickly in summary, Navarre's coming back. It's coming back to Victoria. All our projects are advanced. There's nothing greenfield here. We've got over 700,000 ounces of resource potential. We've now got a clean balance sheet and a completely new team, and we're going to bring it back to the market at an attractive valuation. So come and see us at the booth, and we'd be really happy to take you through in more detail.
Excellent. With 10 minutes on the clock, I feel a little bit of a competition heating up to see who can do it the quickest. All right, just to make sure we stay on track, because I can easily derail things myself, I'd like to introduce to the stage Peter Duerden from Waratah Minerals, and he's got a cracking story to tell in less than 5 minutes.
I wasn't taking notice. Where's the clicker? Great, thank you, Shae. And here we go, we're ripping into it. So, Waratah Minerals, we're focused on the Spur project, which is out in central New South Wales, next door to Cadia Valley. Cadia Valley being globally significant gold mining operation, 600,000 ounces of production, puts it at number 2 as an Australian gold producer. And what we've identified an asset that we acquired in January. We are applying a different exploration strategy here, which has been developed over myself as an exploration geo working in the East Lachlan for 17 years. So having experience working on the Boda discovery for Alkane and various stories. We hit the ground running drilling in sort of late January. We haven't stopped drilling, which is a good sign straight away. The market cap's running nicely. Straight away you can see we're getting some good hits. So we've got 300 gram metre hits there in the mix now, and we think we're onto a pretty important discovery. It's unfolding there. High value targets, very close to Cadia Valley, 5 kilometres off the western boundary of the project. The register's building strength, and we're well supported, well funded to continue drilling. A lot of the targeting strategy sort of takes a lot of notice of the important controls on mineralisation at the other major deposits in the East Lachlan. So Cadia Valley. What you notice at Cadia Valley, Ridgeway, Cadia East, the big ore deposits there, Ridgeway being the highest grade gold porphyry in the world, Cadia East being the largest by tonnage gold porphyry in the world. 32 million ounces Cadia East, 6 million ounces of high grade ore at Ridgeway. Made all the difference, turned that operation into the global significant operation that it is. In the early days, 60s through to the early 90s, a lot of the drilling was focused inside the intrusive complex there. So the technical thinking around our strategy is, the asset at Spur had received a lot of that attention, a lot of drilling in the equivalent position inside the intrusive complex. So what we're doing is we're focusing on the outside corridor off the margins there, which every single economic porphyry epithermal in the East Lachlan is located in that setting, outboard of the main intrusive complex. I'll say that quite a lot. You go to Cal as well, which Cal's sort of turned from a 3 million ounce to a 14 million ounce system in the East Lachlan. Evolution have done a great job. Brownfield's discoveries in that area. And you notice the same control, outside that early intrusive complex, very, very important. We also see in parts of Cal, E41, you see the porphyry alteration, which this is also present at Spur, Really good evidence here of oxidised fluids, the right sort of fluids, porphyry, red rock alteration you'll hear a lot about. I've seen these rocks before. We know what these look like. Above Ridgeway and Cadia East, you get a big blanket of albite, tourmaline, potassium feldspar, and you see skarns on the right there. We see these magnetite skarns, all different elements of the mineral system that are telling you've got a system preserved. So they're all sort of indicating you're in the upper levels of the overall system there. So we have porphyry alteration, quite compelling, wide zones of that material. Cross-cutting that, we can see this is where most of the gold's sitting. So these sort of epithermal veins are a little bit later in the piece. See, very, very fertile on the right side there, 124 grams. Those pyrite stringers are very fertile, carrying a lot of gold. We see high temperature veins there, very, very similar to the Cal. This is what Cal's sort of built off, this sort of material. Again, great indications you're in the upper levels of a bigger system. Never really found the juicy porphyries at Cal because they found, 14 million ounces of gold in the epithermals. Hit the ground running, getting some good drill hits. As I say, we're up to 300 gram metre hits now. We're just starting to drill, modestly deep holes, 250 metre deep RC holes. We're stepping down, we're proving that there's a lot of gold here. And then, so once you've got past that, you look for the scale upside, scale potential. We've got a fertile system, high grades, economic grades. And now we're starting to use geophysics to point to the overall scale opportunity here. We've got a couple of corridors, multiple kilometres long. We're seeing, we're mapping out the intrusive complexes. The margins there are the main contacts. It's all working perfectly right now, touch wood. Geophysics is supporting that scale upside, so we're getting on with it. The investment opportunity, what a difference a year makes. We've gone from 5 to sort of over 70 million market cap, and I think we've got a little way to run yet. Thank you.
Well done. I wasn't joking, was I? That is an excellent story. And while I was going to summarise this at the end, seeing as Peter didn't get to finish his story, I highly encourage everybody to get in the booth and go talk to these guys and learn more about these projects. I promise you, they're going to blow your mind. They're really impressive stuff that these guys are working on. In the interest of brevity, next on the stage is I've got Australian Gold and Copper on my list. Come on up.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for having me again. I've been incredibly warmed to be here this year and have shareholders coming up to us saying, "Oh, we spoke last year when your market cap was 5 million and you had 2 million cash in the bank." We are so grateful that now we're an $80 million company with $20 million cash in the bank, and we're a greenfields explorer. And we think we've got a lot of opportunity to get on with this. My darling wife, I convinced her to buy some more shares just after this conference last year at 5 cents. We recently hit 60 cents on a discovery, and we IPO'd a number of years ago in 2021. We are a greenfields explorer. We drilled 13 different drill campaigns across 7 different targets, all greenfields targets. And on the 13th drill program, we had a great couple of drill hits. I'm just going to go straight through because I don't want to talk too much technical stuff. When you have a great drill hit, we just made a massive difference to the company. In December last year, we had a great strategic partner come on. They put $10 million into us and bought a 55% share in our company. And it was the greatest trade in history. By May, that was worth 5 times the value. We've just completed another cap raise to give us the $20 million. And both the top shareholder put 6 in. The company I run, I'm a director of a small private explorer investment vehicle, is the second largest shareholder of us. We also put $370,000 in. So we are backing ourselves into this, and we all did that at 32 cents. So we're a company with $20 million and a huge runway for further exploration success. In 17 drill holes since May, we've defined a gold, silver, and base metal deposit over 800 metres in length, right at surface. It's got just all the hallmarks of a fantastic discovery. It's an absolute dream, what we're doing here. And we have just completed a huge IP program, and to the south we've got an 8-kilometre trend, $20 million to explore that trend. We understand the signatures here and we understand what makes this tick, and we think this can be a lot bigger than it is. So 800 metres in length, 17 holes. We've got 15 holes pending assays. We've just brought in the diamond rig. This is a brand new story, and we understand the signatures. So all the way to the south, we've got another target 1.6 kilometres to the south, which is just looking as good as this one. And once we hit about 3 or 4 more diamond holes, we'll move the rig just to the west and drill this absolutely monster hole. So we've made our discovery up in this little white box up here, up in really quite close to surface. So on about the 6th diamond hole, we're going to put a monster hole into, it's only 600 metres deep, but it has an incredible, it could have an incredible uplift in our share price. I don't really want to say much more than that. I think that's about it. So I'd really appreciate if you come on this journey with us. It's a really a journey of discovery. We're located in the Lake Cargelligo region of central New South Wales. The Cobar Basin is a prolific mining district. It's been mining for 170 years. The CSA mine is just 100 kilometres north of us. It's the highest grade copper mine, or one of the highest grade copper mines in the world, and it was just purchased for $1.1 billion US and dual listed on the ASX. This is a district that you can permit mines, you can build mines, and there are new discoveries here as well. So we're right down the south, an area where there was no, or very little historic exploration. Until now, we've defined a whole new district, and I really think we're just getting started. So please come on this journey with us, and hopefully we can see you next year at a much higher share price again. Thanks.
Thank you, Glenn. All right, next I'm going to bring to the stage Ron Heeks of Larvotto Resources. Up you come, Ron.
Thanks, Shae. Talking today at Larvotto Resources. Our major project is the Hillgrove Gold Antimony project. We purchased this in November last year. We've been extremely busy ever since then. We put down some early exploration holes. Our best hit there, 30 metres at 2 ounces, so quite a nice hit. Proved beyond doubt that the mineralisation extends to depth and also with grade, as very typical with these projects. We've just released our pre-feasibility study and initial reserve at 600,000 ounces at 6. And all the numbers I'll be talking today are grams per tonne equivalent. So that's gold and antimony combined, allowing for metallurgical recovery. So it's a bit different from what you normally hear. Our resource is 1.5 million ounces at 7.4, so we're lucky we've got some extremely nice grade here. The deposit itself, it's the largest antimony deposit in Australia and the 8th largest in the world. The feasibility study, extremely positive, especially at spot prices where payback is a year. NPV is 383 million and an excellent IRR. Really quite exceptional. Those spot prices are actually quoted a few weeks ago now, and they're even better than that. let's have a little bit of a talk about antimony. A lot of people don't know what it is. It's a critical mineral. It's got extreme amount of use in fire retardants and has done for many, many years. It's used by the military in a lot of applications within that, and a lot of material goes into those sources. But the single largest growth is its use is in solar panels, where it helps make solar panels more efficient by about 4%. Solar panels are only 22% efficient anyway, so 4% is a bucket load. If you want to make the world's most efficient solar panels, you need to put antimony into the glass on every one. If you refine most of the world's antimony, as China does, what do you do to keep your customers happy? You ban the export of antimony, which happened a couple of weeks ago, so that they now control the world solar panel efficiency market. You can't sell an efficient panel anymore because you can't put the antimony in it that they produce. So by doing that, they've tied up the market extremely well. That's pushed the price up from where we purchased the project at about $9,000 a tonne to antimony. It's passing through $25,000 as we speak. The significance of this is such that both the mine and antimony was mentioned in the Senate yesterday under discussion there. So this is recognised now as a very critical mineral. Our deposit is about 50-50 gold and antimony. So we're mining this at a record antimony price, and we're mining this at a record gold price. All things going well, we'll have our BFS out. It's a very simple project for us to do a BFS on. There's about $300 million worth of stuff on site. We already have the plant that you're looking at there. We have $150 million worth of underground development ready to go. We're there because of the unfortunate circumstances of some of our predecessors, so we're extremely lucky to be in this position at this time. And from this point forward, it's finish the BFS, undertake financing of the project and get into it, and we expect to be mining this late next year with first production early 2026. So from where we are, it's a pretty rapid move forward, quite unique really. We raised money about 6 weeks ago, so we've got some nice cash in the bank as it stands. Those investors are quite happy at the moment. They've basically quadrupled since they came in. If you have a look at our peers, and there's really only 2 around the world, you'll see that we've got a little bit of upside on the potential there as well, arguably tenfold from where we sit right now. So there's a fair bit happening for us. We're one to watch out of. Keep an eye on antimony. We are really going to be the main producer in Australia. As I say, the largest deposit here. It's not even mined in the US. So it's a resource that people really want. We're in a unique position to capitalise this, and it's all go from here. The team's on site, and there's not much stopping us at the moment. We just need to get, as everybody else, permitting and the government on side, and what can go wrong there. I see, you might not have heard, but Albanese seems to think that there isn't a problem with gold mines in New South Wales anymore, so that's a bit of a change. That's just happened about an hour ago. So we look forward to everything being well and good in the mining industry. Thank you.
One second to spare. All right, our final miner in the speed dating round of mining presentations is Ben Larkin for Medallion Metals. Ben, up you come.
Thanks, Shae. All right, Medallion is an advanced gold and copper explorer. Our assets are located in the southern goldfields of WA, and we have JORC compliant resources of 1.5 million ounces of gold and 120,000 tonnes of copper. Those resources are contained within 2 deposits within 10 kilometres of each other. Both are on granted mining leases and are shallowly drilled and open at depth and along strike. Our flagship asset is Ravensthorpe Gold Project, which is significantly de-risked, clear from a heritage perspective, has PFS completed and all reserves declared. At a 20 million market cap, that metal represents tremendous value in this gold price environment. Since listing in 2021, we've significantly grown and de-risked Ravensthorpe, and this means we're poised to take advantage of opportunities when they come our way. One such opportunity is the exclusivity agreement we've entered into with IGO. It gives us a clear run to negotiate the acquisition of the Forrestania nickel operation as nickel mining comes to an end there. The strategy here is simple. Firstly, bring together the established resources at Ravensthorpe with the infrastructure, systems and personnel at Forrestania. Cut the Ravensthorpe resource in the fresh rock above 2 grams per tonne, and you get 770,000 ounces of gold at 4.3 grams, 36,000 tonnes of copper at 0.6%. That metal is located 160 kilometres by road from the 600,000 tonne per annum float plant at Forrestania. With some relatively minor modifications, we can replicate the deflector flow sheet, and then we have a low capital, low risk option to commercialise the metal at Ravensthorpe. This simplifies the operation into a single mining method and targets the best understood metallurgical domain at Ravensthorpe. It reduces our development footprint dramatically, where the disturbance goes from 250 hectares down to 20, which streamlines permitting greatly. Importantly, it doesn't sterilise the oxide and transitional material that can go through the plant at the back of the mine plan. The second leg of this strategy focuses on the regional growth opportunity at Forrestania. Forrestania comprises 1,000 square kilometres of mineral tenure that straddles the Southern Cross Greenstone Belt, a terrain that yielded the Bounty gold mine, which produced 1.4 million ounces at 5 grams per tonne. This historical goldfield has been trapped in a nickel business for a generation and represents a tremendous gold discovery opportunity. Additionally, there are multiple known stranded gold assets within economic trucking distance of the Forrestania plant. This is a transformational opportunity for Medallion. It's not a case of a junior acquiring a mature asset and trying to squeeze the last drops of value out of it. This is taking established infrastructure, personnel and systems and redeploying it into a new business model in a record gold price environment. It's a low capital, low risk and rapid pathway to high margin production. With drills mobilising in the coming weeks, and we'll have production and cost metrics in the market soon. So we have plenty of news flow throughout 2024 and 2025 as we progress the acquisition of Forrestania. All right, thanks.
Thank you, gentlemen, for making it look like I let this run on time. All right, everybody, you've heard some awesome mining stories.